The lionfish was first spotted in 2011, October of 2011, and that report came from a dive operator who was operating out of Honeymoon Beach. The lionfish actually started out from Miami, off the coast of Miami, and then it slowly made its way over the whole Caribbean region and got here in 2011. And from 2009, the Department of Fisheries, when we heard about the lionfish, we got swiftly into action and decided we needed to inform our fishers as to what the lionfish looked like and how can we actually spot it and start our efforts in terms of mitigating its threats. So it's been around the island right now. We have reports from all around the island, from fishers, from dive operators, and even from sea bathers who've indicated that they have seen the lionfish. When we got the first report, well, even before we got the first report, the Department of Fisheries recognized that we needed to bring other agencies on board. We couldn't do it alone. So we had agencies from the different sectors. We had tourism, health, the private sector, particularly dive operators, and the media get in on board and form the Lionfish Task Force. And the task force objective was to develop what would be our response nationally when or if the lionfish were here. So we started with the PR efforts, getting people to know what the lionfish was so that they could identify it and we would be made aware as to when it came in St. Lucia. So when we got that report in 2011, it was we got right into action because we were already formed, and our main efforts were to control, because there are three different things you can do with invasive species. You can prevent it from coming in. We knew we couldn't do that. I mean, the water is vast and connected, so we couldn't stop it from coming. Then there is the eradication. So if it's in your waters, you're trying to get rid of every single lionfish. And we knew that was near an impossible task because the lionfish can survive up to 600 feet. So there's no way humanly possible you could get there. So we decided control was our best method. And we used the control strategy of trying to create commercial fisheries, trying to get people who would want to purchase the fish, buy the fish, and in event get fishers to actually go and catch the fish. And so doing that, we would felt that removal of the fish for people's consumption was actually the best method of trying to control the population. And this is what we've tried to do.
Lionfish feed voraciously. They also feed on numerous little animals, little fish, little crustaceans, small juvenile fish and crustaceans. As a result of that, several of our fish species will not be able to actually become adults and reproduce and continue the cycle. Thus, the lionfish is a major issue here in St. Lucia. However, we are doing our best to have control methods. One of the main control methods is actually what we call the Eat It to Beat It campaign, where we encourage people to consume lionfish as a regular fish at fish fry and even at their homes. That would be very important to keeping the population of lionfish down. When lionfish were first introduced to the Atlantic region, the Caribbean basin, it was known that there are no natural predators. They are from the Pacific side of the world. And so they came over here and they had the perfect environment for them to be able to populate and grow. Lionfish in the Caribbean grow larger than lionfish in the Pacific, and they also grow at a faster rate than most of our native fish. So whereas native fish would take 3 years to reach maturity, lionfish do so in 2.5 years. This means that they are actually competing with our native fish for resources, for food, and also for space on our coral reefs. Lionfish tend to feed at night and early in the morning, dusk and dawn. That's where they do most of their feeding. They eat a lot of small fish, young fish, juvenile fish, and they do so in a small amount of time. In terms of threats to humans, lionfish do have spines. On the back here, there are 13 spines called dorsal spines. They are usually longer. These have been cut, but we still have these two which are very long. We also have at the back here the anal spines. There are 5 of them. And then you have 2 on each side of the pelvic spines at the bottom of the fin. So these are fins, and right at the bottom, the 2 at the bottom are the pelvic spines. Now, the venom of a lionfish is found solely inside the spines. It's not in the flesh at all. It is only in the spines. In the spines, I can just peel back this one. There's a gland around here of the lionfish. The gland is where all the venom is produced. Thus, the venom never touches the skin of the lionfish. That is why once the spines have been cut off using scissors, these are shears, kitchen shears, you just cut off all the spines and the fish is perfectly fine to eat at that point. So it's very simple. Well, you always want to cut it away from you. And so you cut off your spines. Of course, always wearing PVC gloves just in case you're not sure. You always want to keep your gloves on at all times when handling a lionfish. But most fishermen, when you purchase lionfish, if you purchase from a fisherman, he will have already cut off all the spines. All our fishermen have been trained in how to prepare lionfish for the general public. And so normally you will not have to buy lionfish with the spines on it. But if you do, again, you just cut off. And then these are the back. These fins here, they're fins, they're normal fins like flying fish or any other fish. Normal fins. We cut off these. Then you just gather up your spines, put them all together, roll them up in a nice piece of voice paper, newspaper, and then you throw them, you dispose of them in the garbage, or you can burn them. Heat also disassociates the protein in the venom, and so once the venom is heated, it no longer is potent, it no longer is a venom, it can no longer hurt you. However, if you are pricked by a lionfish, stung by a lionfish, the best thing to do is always have available to you hot water. That's why we always have a thermos of hot water. You take some hot water, pour it into a bowl, and you just gently press whatever part of your body, usually it would be your hand. You press it in there as long as you can tolerate the hot water, for as long as you can. You take it out for a couple seconds and put it back. You just keep repeating that until the pain soothes and it goes away. If any swelling, serious swelling occurs, however, we do recommend you seek medical attention as soon as possible. But usually if it's just a sting and you just feel a little bit of discomfort, you just keep it in the hot water in and out a few times and you should be fine.
I have been a fisherman for over 40 years. Oh, slowly but surely, there are some people who love it. There's a guy who buys it because, for 2 reasons. He says, number one, it's a very tasty fish, very lovely fish to eat. And secondly, he says, for now it's the cheapest fish. Eat it myself. I have eaten it in different ways. In steamed, I have steamed it, it's quite nice. I've eaten it grilled, fried, and it tastes good anyhow you prepare it.
Lionfish now has become a household name, I find, among lots of people. We've done culinary workshops with chefs around the island. The fishers are very aware of the lionfish. They catch them on a daily basis. The public are aware as well. We've done recently the World Food Day Festival. We did a tasting event where people got to taste lionfish in all different types of local cuisine. And so, you know, the dive community are very much on board as well. They've given us so much support, particularly Eastern Caribbean diving. They have taken their time to go out and hunt lionfish, because what we have done, we recognize that particularly in marine reserve areas where no fishing is allowed, you would not necessarily get the reduction in population. So we've worked with the dive operators and said, hey, we'll give you a pole spare permit, allow you to use the scuba, but you can only take out lionfish, and you must inform the Department of Fisheries and the Marine Protected Area Authorities, specifically the Sufa Marine Management Association, and you can go and remove only lionfish. And that has reduced the population significantly, because right now dive operators are saying they go into certain sites and they hardly see. But it has to be a continuous effort, because these fish reproduce massively, a massive amount of eggs and very quickly, so our efforts have to be ongoing and continual, and that's why we've been encouraging people to eat it, and we've been lucky in that regard to get people to eat it and to have a actual fishery, because in some countries when they are invasive species you can't eat it, and just imagine what do you do in that situation. So we've been very lucky that the lionfish can be eaten. It's a tasty fish. Actually, people enjoy it, and so we're encouraging more of that.
My name is Rod Roy Thomas. I'm the executive chef of Sandals Halcyon, and I'll be doing a presentation for you today on how to prepare lionfish, the invasive species which we don't want to take over our island. So we're going to find delicious ways of preparing this fish so all, our families and visitors of the island could enjoy it. I'll be doing two dishes today. One, I'll be doing a coconut curry lionfish, and one I'll be doing a pan-seared lionfish with a Creole sauce. The first one, I'll be doing a fillet. What I'll be doing is just removing both sides of the fish to give you a nice fillet. And once you have removed the spines, the venomous spines, you have no other problems but to enjoy cooking your fish. Salt, pepper. So we season on both sides. We have some garlic. This is some ground basil and parsley. All right. It's a very tender fish, easy to cook. So in less than 5-6 minutes, fish will be ready. All right. Fine, what we're going to do, I have my pre-made curry masala, which is made from curry paste, tomato paste, some garlic, some cumin, and of course we have some ginger inside. All right, little oil, add a little garlic. We have some green onions. Some chives. Add a little red onions to that. Give it a nice stir. So the fish is nice and seared on one side, we turn it over. So remember, we're doing two things right here. We're doing one fish whole and we're doing one fillet. So now we're going to add the marcella. We're going to add some coconut milk to this. Fish is almost ready, so what you're going to do is add them to your sauce. So we're going to prepare our Creole sauce now. This out of the way. We have our olive oil, garlic. When your garlic is sauteed, we're going to add some peppers, tomatoes, onions, yellow peppers, and of course some green onions. Saute all that stuff. A little tomato paste. I'm going to add some freshly made salsa. We're going to add the fish to that sauce and allow it to simmer in that. Both fish are ready. Alright. So let's just present that for you. And of course, we're curry coconut lionfish. Alright, on this plate we have Creole lionfish with stuffed baked potato with ratatouille. Alright, we're ready to serve. Alright, here we have our two dishes, which is curried coconut lionfish, and I serve this with potato gratin here. And also we have Creole lionfish, which was cooked whole, with roasted potatoes, with stuffed ratatouille. And that is cooked in a Creole sauce, which is the national sauce, you know, local sauce of St. Lucia. Both dishes took 5 to 6 minutes to cook. Very simple, very easy, very light fish in flavor. So, you know, it doesn't need a lot of cooking time.